What's up, world? Let me tell you about this beard growth oil I got from 12 tribes on Earth. 8 ounces of oily goodness with a nozzle that prevents sprays and spills, and soft ingredients that make it perfect addition to anyone's morning routine. From coconut to castor, all these oils are hand chosen. After using this herbal blend, the biggest thing I noticed is how soft and how strong my hair was, and how good I feel. Pick up your bottle today and make your beard the star of the show.
Shalom, family. Good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. There was a cyber attack in California. Now, you're going to hear about this one city, but it was actually, I believe, 11 cities that got attacked. And what the hackers did was they crippled their 911 system. You know how dangerous that is, especially if somebody needs immediate help and they can't get it. So this is one of those things that will hit a place and it sometimes take them a long time to get everything back to normal. Some places even paid the hacker, paid their required ransom to get them to get everything back to normal. So this is dangerous, the way I see it, but hacking has gone to a whole different level. Plus, they know how to hack these things without even being detected. So, this is not good, that's for sure. And it has already happened in many places. I did a story probably like about 2019, not 2019. It was more like 2018 or even 2017, where Baltimore, Maryland got hacked like that. They not only hacked 911, they hacked their entire government, took it over, and it impacted virtually everything. The government workers could not even log on to their computers. They could not even put their hours that they worked, nothing. So these things definitely have happened before. All right, let me share my screen. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you.
And the FBI is investigating a cyber attack that shut down a California city's 911 system. The attack prompted a state of emergency in Suisun City, and 911 calls had to be rerouted through a county dispatch center. Now investigators are trying to figure out who's responsible.
Developing news coming out that one city in California is currently in a state of emergency as the FBI is investigating an entire city shutdown. We're hearing, they're even saying right now, you don't have to pay your bills in the city because right now nothing is operating. 911 cannot be reached. Systems have been shut down. The city is in a state of emergency. And like I said, FBI, DHS, CISA are investigating yet another cyber attack that has taken place on U.S. soil. Now, this comes as we're also hearing about more cyber attacks littering the United States. We're hearing that ports are being hit in addition to what we've been hearing about water systems. And again, we do not have the identity of who is behind these, but there's a lot of speculation that this is Iran. Let me know your thoughts, and let's go ahead and take a look at the latest headlines so that way you can see it for yourself. Coming out in the last 24 hours, chaos in Suisun City declares state of emergency after hackers cripple 911 systems. Suisun City declares a state of emergency after cyber attacks. The North Bay city says a malicious software infected its systems on Friday morning, impacting public safety and other city services as well. Now, as I mentioned, this comes as, take a look in the last 48 hours. We've also been hearing North Carolina ports. They have confirmed cyber attacks are disrupting their operations. We're seeing a variety of cyber attacks hitting across the United States. And this comes as I've been sharing with you the updates on U.S. water systems in 12 states targeted in a wave of cyber attacks. And again, not full confirmation yet on who is behind these attacks, but Iran likely behind the cyber attacks on the U.S. water systems. Sources say malicious cyber actors have attacked municipal water systems in at least 7 states. It has now gone up to 12. We've received...
I mean, that's crazy that the ports around the country are being hit by cyber attacks. But you know what? I don't believe all these attacks are Iran. I think now that the U.S. is in this war with Iran, every single cyber attack is now going to be blamed on Iran. I don't believe these are all Iran. This type of cyber attack was happening before, years and years before any war with Iran, because I've done stories on this very same thing in the past. And there was no war with Iran. But now I think that's what they're going to be doing from now on. When any type of cyber attack happens in the U.S., it's going to automatically be put on Iran. I'm going to have to look into them hacking into the ports and see what's going on with that.
Confirmation on some of these states, and those include Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Georgia, California, New Jersey, Oregon. These are just some of the states that have come out and announced, yes, we are the ones that have been hit. And also, we've heard warnings directly from the IRGC regarding our power grids in the United States. They've warned Donald Trump that if you conduct a massive attack against the energy in Iran, we will hit not only U.S. military bases in the region, but will also come after the homeland. And I also shared with you in the last roughly 48, 72 hours, we also heard from Iran in an announcement Friday. They had said that they're also planning to develop missiles that can reach all the way across the world and hit U.S. soil. They said that this is something that they would like to do because it's time for Americans to feel what it's like to be hit with missiles on U.S. soil. Wow. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. And as you guys know, here on the channel, I cite all the sources. So if you'd like to read any of these articles for yourself on the attacks on security systems, water...
Suisun City.
I don't think they're joking about that, y'all. You know, for many years, the U.S. has gone around bombing and doing all kinds of stuff to other nations. I am not surprised that Iran is trying to develop a missile that will make it all the way here and bomb this place. I'm not shocked. You know, actually, I'm expecting it. I really am. I don't think that they are joking about something like that. They are tired of every place getting bombed except for the U.S. And I think they're not kidding. And that might actually change. Yeah, but, you know, Iran, get their neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Get there, you know. You just look at a map where we all live, you know, and try to stay away from us. All right, let's go on.
In California was a victim of a cyber attack that knocked out its 911 system. Here's what we know. Most software infected the city's IT network at 5:45 in the morning on Friday, and by Saturday, the city council held an emergency session and declared a state of emergency. The attack hit 911 routing, police and fire dispatch, records, and other city services. Dispatchers could not stay on their own systems, so calls got routed through the Solano County Backup Dispatch Center instead. Officials say that there is no imminent danger to the public, and police and fire are still responding to every single call. Online bill pay for water and sewage is also down, and the city manager says residents will not be hit with late fees while this is getting sorted out. But here is an important detail that needs to be mentioned, right? The city didn't just isolate the infected machines, they had to pull the plug on the entire network. Like, that's an important detail because that is a deliberate instant response call, not overkill. Like, what people may not understand is that once malware is loose, you cannot always tell what else it touched without shutting everything down first. A full shutdown freezes the evidence for the federal investigators and stops anything still active from spreading sideways into systems that might have looked clean in the beginning, but now have become infected. It is slower and it is more painful, but it is the correct move when you do not yet know the blast radius of a situation like this. Right now, this is still a developing story. Nobody has said how the malware got in, and nobody has named a suspect. The FBI, Homeland Security, and Cal OES are all involved, and the city says it does not yet know if any data was taken. Also, let's be clear here, right? The emergency declaration itself is not just for optics. It was made under California Government Code 8630, and it unlocks faster access to state resources and lets the city recover its response costs. Suisun City is a town of about 30,000 people, roughly midway between San Francisco and Sacramento, which means this is not on some remote edge case. It is a normal sized American city that lost its own dispatch system for a weekend. Also, if you want to know my credentials, I'm Cyber Misplays. I'm a security engineer. If you're new here, drop a follow. If you have questions, drop them below. I will answer them as I get to them. But I want to jump into my opinion because this is clearly what happens when the government keeps treating IT security as a department that gets funded last, with the cuts to CISA and other government funding. This is how they treat it right up until it's the reason 911 cannot take your call. Suisun City is not an outlier, and it is unfortunately a victim to the budget cuts that this administration has made. It is what chronically underfunded municipal infrastructure looks like when it finally gets tested. This is all of the information I have right now. I'll try and keep you updated as updates get posted, but follow if you want the real story, not just talking points. I'm Cyber Misplays. Stay locked in, and I'll see you in the next one.
Suisun City cyber attack. California City just declared a state of emergency because of malware. Early Friday morning, a malicious software hit the city's IT system, knocking out their 911 call routing and disrupting police and fire dispatch. The city pulled its entire network offline to contain it. Dispatch got rerouted to the county so officers and firefighters could keep responding, so there was no gap in emergency response. Saturday, the city council declared a state of emergency. This unlocked emergency funds to bring in the FBI and DHS to investigate. Right now, there's no word on how the attackers got in or who was responsible. The investigation is still active. So that's kind of the very latest we're tracking on this cyber attack. So we'll provide you any additional information as we get it.
Developing news coming out that one city in California is currently in a state of emergency as the FBI is investigating an entire city shutdown. We're hearing, they're even saying right now, you don't have to pay your bills in the city because right now nothing is operating.
Let me know. I saw this post that says, breaking news, California City is under a state of emergency due to severe cyber attacks disrupting 91. I don't even know what that means. And then this guy, it was another creator sharing it. And it was, disrupting 911. I guess that was a typo in the post, but he's saying on 8/11, so yesterday, U.S. city shut down, state of emergency attack under investigation. So what the hell was going on in California City? For those of you that don't know, California City is Kern County area. So kind of like farmland, Central California-ish. I'm not too familiar with anything about it. So my people that are out there, let me know, Antelope Valley area, like I said, Kern County, California City itself, what exactly happened and what's happening now today? Is it over with? Do we know, is it going to continue? Where are these attacks from? Are they similar to the water attacks in Minneapolis and Jersey? Let me know what you guys know.
I have been getting calls all day long, and yes, Suisun City is under a state of emergency right now. On August 8th, which is a Saturday, there was a special meeting held, a declaration of state of emergency because there were cyber attacks to our data systems. So what does that mean exactly? It means that the police and the fire routing systems have been interrupted, as well as some city services and the internal network. So what type of threat does that actually impose to Suisun City residents? Not a lot at the moment. Right now, when we're looking at police and first responder resources, It's going to go through the county, so we don't have to be concerned about that. It will be a nice little practice run about how does that look if we were to ever use the county. In regards to paying bills, that's going to be on hold, and that'd be like our water for now. But they do have other agencies that are involved to investigate it, actually across the nation in different cities. So far, there's been 12 cities that have been hit with cyber attacks. A state of emergency doesn't mean that we have to evacuate or we have to remain inside. None of those things. We don't have a curfew. That's not what's going on. But what I would encourage you to do is to actually contact your city council member. Good questions to ask would be, who's responsible? And how much will this cost us to recover everything? Was personal residence information accessed? What do they think can be done from here? And what solutions will they provide for the future? When will every city service be restored? For an example, we pay water at City Hall. So when will that come back into play?
Vote Katrina Garcia.
All right, y'all. Hey, we are in those times. And I do personally believe if there are cyber attacks, they are going to get worse as we move along. And yeah, this is a trip. This is a trip. So everybody be careful. You know, we got some of the most incompetent people of all time running this country right now. And who knows what they're going to get our asses into. It's going to probably be a rough winter. And I'm not going to lie to you, y'all. I really think energy is going to be very high. If this war is still going on and the Straits of Hormuz is closed, they're going to use that as an excuse to hike up everybody's energy bill in this country. So it's a lot of things that we probably going to have to consider going into the future. We don't have nothing but each other. We sure don't have nobody in this government and none of these other groups. I don't think any of us trust them. We can't ally with no one. We are really, truly separated. So y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. I want to thank Leonard DeJuda. Thank you for the 2 Jules 100. Thank you for your support. And Makiba Anderson, thank you for the 30 Jules. Flower, thank you for your support. One of many ancestral shadows. Thank you for the 200 Jules. Flow State, thank you so much. Black RU 365, thank you for the super sticker. Missions Vision, thank you for the 10 Jules gold coin. Thank you again for another 10 Jules gold coin. Thank you all for your support for my channel. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Don't forget to pick up your hair products and be on the lookout for my next live. Shalom, family.